Hi, this is Yasleen with Century 21 Connect Realty, and welcome to today's version of Credit Talk. Today we're going to go over some things that you absolutely should not do when you are under contract. It's my job to get you from contract to closing. I can do that if we work together, but we have to work together. So I'm gonna go over a few things that some of you may be a little fuzzy on or just may not know. So my job is to enlighten and educate you so you will have the best experience possible in your home buying process. The first thing you should not do is quit your job, change jobs, or become self-employed. Once you're approved by a lender, your employment is taken into consideration, and basically that's how you qualify for your home. It's based on your income. So if you quit your job, if you change jobs, or if you become self-employed, everything regarding your approval changes. And in most cases, it does not change for the better. If you quit your job, you absolutely will not be approved for your home loan. Again, lenders are looking for people who are financially responsible. When you are in the middle of a contract, do not quit your job. Do not change jobs. Do not become self-employed. All of those things will cause your contract to terminate and ending in you not getting your earnest money back. I would hate to see that happen to you, but I have seen it happen several times. Number 2, don't go buy a car, don't finance a car, nothing. Do not touch your credit. Do not touch your credit. Lenders will still be running your credit up to the day of closing. So if you decide to go and buy a car, that is going to change your situation. Well, how? What does a car have to do with it? Number 1, that's a credit pull, so you're gonna lose points. Number 2, that could seriously affect your debt to income ratio. If you're adding another, this is Atlanta, average car, $22,000. If you're already at the max limit for your loan amount on your debt to income ratio and you add another $22,000, chances are, again, your loan will be denied because you no longer qualify for the loan. So do not go and finance another car. Number 3, do not use your credit cards excessively or let your accounts fall behind. People use credit cards for just everyday things. And I understand that because I personally do not carry cash. However, when you are under contract for a home, be extremely, extremely careful on credit cards. I personally advise my clients, put them in the freezer and let them stay there until after you return from the closing. You do not want anything, and I do mean anything, to affect your ability getting your loan through underwriting. Using those credit cards, if you go over that 30% utilization, it can hurt you in a major way. So let's just not use the credit cards until after we close, okay? Okay. Number 4, the monies that you have set aside for your down payment and closing costs, don't touch it. I repeat, don't touch it. You will need to verify you have those funds prior to closing, and they may ask you again for your bank account statement so they can verify that those monies are still available in your account and you will have the monies to go to close. So please leave those monies alone. Don't touch it. Next, when you're filling out your loan application, you have to be honest about everything. And I do mean everything. You can't omit things that you owe. You can't omit your student loans. If they're not on your credit report, doesn't mean you don't owe the debt. It just means they're no longer showing on your credit report. They are still there. And as I said on a previous episode, they are found in a database called CABRS. CABRS is where all student loans go to live in the event they are not paid on time or they are either in a debt repayment program. While it's not shown on your credit report, when they pull your credit in your file is in underwriting, they will pull a CABRS report to see if that you have any outstanding federal debt. So you have to include that on your loan application, even if it's not on your credit report. Next thing we need to talk about, don't go financing any furniture. Do not go after Rooms To Go, Haverty's, wherever they finance furniture anywhere. Do not do that. Number one, you don't need the excess pull on your credit. And here we go again, back to debt to income ratio. That will show up. If they tell you, oh, it's not going to show up for 30 days, don't believe them. They're just trying to make a sale. You're trying to buy a house. If you can't get that house, that furniture store is not going to allow you to come and stay there. So stay away from furniture and appliance finance while you are under contract. Next thing we need to talk about, and it goes back to basically everything else I've talked about today. No inquiries on your credit. And I mean none. Zero, zip, nada. Do not apply for any type of credit anywhere, whether you go in Lowe's, Home Depot, Kohl's, Macy's. Do not apply for any credit while you are under contract for a home. You could lose points. They will run your credit all the way up to the day of closing. So don't touch it. Next, your checking account. Please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. Do not overdraw on your checking account or make large deposits in it. If you overdraw, again, lenders are saying you're not financially responsible. You can't balance a check account. You don't want that. So please make sure if you got to look at your checking account every day just to make sure you have a good, healthy balance, that the monies that you need to close and for down payment is there and you have not touched it and you got enough. Do not overdraw your account. Do not make large deposits in your account that you can't tie to something. Now, if you got a bonus at work, that's a whole different conversation. And please be prepared to explain that to the lender when they look at your statement. If you drop 15, 1,000, you could drop 500 in there unexpectedly. They are going to question where that money comes from. So please, please, please be careful on how you handle your personal finances while you are under contract. Next, don't change accounts. That doesn't look good either. If you close the account and go open an account, that's a red flag. Well, why did they close that account? Did the bank? Now, if the bank went out of business, I mean, you have no choice. But as long as the bank is in business, doing business as normal, and has not been shut down by the FDIC, please, please maintain that account. And not last but least, and I can't stress this enough because I've seen many people get burned badly by this. Do not co-sign for anyone for anything. Don't do it. Again, you will have a pull on your credit, and that will affect your debt to income ratio. I understand the item might not even be for you. However, you are a co-borrower. That is a relationship, and that's the way they look at it. You are now just as responsible for that debt as the person you're getting it for. Even if it's an apartment, don't do it. Well, that is my spiel for today's episode of Credit Talk. These are some things that you definitely need to be aware of, and please make note while you are under contract for a home. If you need a one-on-one talk with me about your particular situation, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to help you and to keep you out of trouble and to get you to closing. My number is 770-771-9962. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you next Wednesday.